Yo, what's up, guys? Sinumatic, and I'm trying to do this vlog, kind of just to let you guys know. I was talking about it on Twitter that YouTube now is basically set up into tiers or brackets, and I don't mean something that YouTube themselves have done, but just to kind of explain myself, it's getting harder. Like, everybody always wants to know how to get your channel big and all that kind of stuff, and there's many ways you can try to do that. Some work, some don't. You got you got people that go out and pay for shout outs. You got people that go out and you know get lucky and get in other people's sub boxes. There's all kinds of different ways. It's not, honestly, guys, I don't feel like most people get big just because their content's good. And I'm not saying that the people that get big, their content isn't good, but it's like right now, I look at, a lot of the stuff that's going on, and everybody says it's harder and harder to get big. And I did some little bit of research, into what was going on. And, like, for example, Woody's Gamertag. I like Woody's content, but is the reason his page is skyrocketing right now just because he makes good content? I don't believe so. I believe that it is because he is a smart businessman. And basically, if you look at commentators from when they started, because a lot of guys got bigger off the bat because of the time they came in and started doing this. Because like Hutch was one of the first people to start doing this. I've heard Blame Truth, X-Cal, some of those guys, and they've kind of stayed to themselves. Hutch works at Machinima Respawn and does a lot of stuff, so he doesn't put the focus in on his channel that he used to, so I'm not even looking at him in this thing. I know he has a lot of subs, but I know he's not skyrocketing still. So let's look at the channels that are skyrocketing right now on YouTube, and I'm going to show you one way that they are doing it. And I got this, and just to show you that it's not just these guys, the way I see it working right now is, when I say set up in tiers, first let me just go over a couple tiers that I set up. Bash LOL, Bendro, T Martin, Dunkus, and Juicer. And there's probably a couple I'm leaving out, like Gold Glove in that equation, and 2 or 3 other guys. All those guys are in a little clique, a little crew. Then you got, like, let's say El Presidor, Thunderstruck, Jive Turkey, NASA One, Ricky Chops. It's another, and these people that I'm naming, it's a bigger tier than what I'm naming. I'm just naming a few of the guys that I know in these tiers. And then let's go to the biggest tier of YouTube. Woody's Gamertag, White Boy, FPS Russia, Wings, Syndicate Project, and there's a couple other people that I'm leaving out of that equation, but and not all those guys are huge, but let's just say, for instance, and I'm looking at stats here to show you this. So, alright, FPS Russia sub box. He's got 12 people in the sub box, but I'm going to name the people that we're talking about in this tier. He has Wings of Redemption, he has X-Jaws, Woody's Gamertag, and White Boy 7th Street in his sub box. And he's also included in 108 other sub boxes. Let's go look at Woody's. Woody has FPS Russia, White Boy 7th Street, X-Jaws, Wings of Redemption, and then he's got T-Mart, who else? Only Use Me Blade, Muzafuzza Gaming. He's got other people in there too, but so let's go to X-Jaws, FPS Russia, White Boy 7th Street, Syndicate Project, Woody's Gamertag. Let's go to White Boys, FPS Russia, X-Jaws, Syndicate Project, Woody's Gamertag, T Martin, and let's go to the Syndicate Projects. White Boy 7th Street, X-Jaws, Woody's Gamertag, Muzafuzza Gaming, which was in another one of them's sub box, and Tabes. And I mean, these guys have a couple, like, he has 11 people in there. And then I'll go look at Tabes then, since Tabes was brought up. He has, out of the people that we've already named, he has the Syndicate Project and Only Use Me Blade. And basically what I'm saying is, like, I'm not saying that these guys don't deserve to gain subs or anything like that. I'm just saying that it's not just their content that's gaining them subs. They have a network that you know, I'd say a good percentage, I'd say at least 20 to 30%, and that's probably a low figure, of people that subscribe to Woody's Gamertag on a daily basis also subscribe to everyone in the sub box. So it's like a pool. It's like a pool of subs just there. And then all you have to do is get them to say, oh, I see this in my sub box. Let me go watch it. And that would also explain why a lot of people say, you know, if you have X amount of subs, you know, you want to get 10% of the views you get from your subscribers. And basically the reason I'm making this video because I know it, and I definitely want a lot of you younger, like, not younger like as in age-wise, but as in the time you've been on YouTube, a lot of younger commentators, a lot of, you know, up-and-coming commentators. This stuff, you're not going to get big just because you make great content. You're not, you know, none of that, because people don't search for random ass commentators anymore. It doesn't happen. They don't go, let me go search for Joe Blow down the block. That's not the way YouTube works anymore. People come to YouTube, especially in gaming. Now, I don't know about, you know, the other categories, but in gaming, they come to YouTube and they want to know, hey, oh, White Boy 7th Street's the biggest, and then they go look in his sub box and they say, well, I gotta go check out these guys because these are the guys that he likes. And then, you know, they might go check out Woody, and then Woody might have somebody different in his sub box, so they go check out that guy. They go by word of mouth, they go by what's trending on the internet, and all that kind of different stuff. So if you're nobody, then you were nobody. Like, they're not looking for you, they're probably not going to find you. Very few people that I know of just randomly find people and smoke my cigarette. But I don't know. And the thing is, then they make it, you know, then a lot of these guys make it to where it looks very bad for you to try to do the same things that they're doing, to try to get in someone's sub box. See, the thing is you can't just try to get in someone's sub box. If you just try to get in someone's sub box or just try to get a shout out, then that's why it's looked at as a bad thing. Now, trying to get into someone's network would be a different thing, but like I said, now it's getting harder and harder to do that. I honestly don't even know how the fuck to do that. I'm not paying motherfuckers to help me out. I've never believed in that concept. I've always believed in you put in hard work and, you know, someone will recognize that hard work, like your content, and they'll offer to help you out. But I don't think that that's going to happen anymore. I don't think it happens a lot. I'm going to tell you guys the honest truth. The only people that I've personally seen honestly try to help people out would be like Thunderstruck. Maybe, as crazy as it sounds, maybe El Presidor. You know, El Presidor is a great guy. He's a fucking arrogant, cocky bastard, and I love it. But if you go look in his sub box, he's got people in there that he likes. And I'm pretty positive he doesn't charge them to be in the sub box. He actually says, I like this guy's fucking content, I'm going to sub box him. Well, other than those two guys I just named, I really don't know too many, you know, guys in that tier that do that kind of stuff. And when I say tiers, here's what I mean by tiers. Alright. You know, El Presidor's got like 140 something thousand subs. Thunderstruck has about 100,000 subs. I don't know if they hang out. I don't know if they network, but I know that they talk to each other on Twitter. And what I mean by like the way that this works, okay, Syndicate Project. No hate on the guy. I don't have any hate for the guy, but you know, he made zombie videos and he just happened to, you know, hang out with Woody, hang out with a couple other people, get on their little team. And next thing you know, he's getting astronomical numbers. His page skyrocketed, blew the fuck up. Now he's over, you know, a while back I remember him saying he was over 500,000 subs. Well, what I'm trying to tell you guys is that didn't just happen because of the content that he makes. It didn't. It did not happen just because of the content he makes. Because there are other guys like Yodi Slayer. I might have said that wrong. It might be Yodi Slayer, but Mr. Dalek, my boy King Nappy, you know, a bunch of guys that I play zombies with that are really good. There's a bunch of good zombies players. So I don't think it was just because of him being a zombies player. He got in the right team, and he blew up. So, I don't know. Hopefully this explains what I'm coming from, like what I'm trying to explain by the tiers and stuff. And just to go back into the smaller tier, I remember, and I have a lot of respect for these guys. And Bash LOL, Bendro, Dunkus, Juicer. T Martin's one of their boys too, but T Martin's been kind of in the middle tier, like in between Woody and all those, because I know that T Martin is actually, him and Woody talk a lot. But I remember Juicer, Bendro, Bash LOL, and Dunkus. I remember all those guys when they had 30, 40,000 subs, 50,000 subs. And then, like I said, they started accumulating more and more, and they're all in the same circle. And then now I'm pretty positive, I haven't looked at theirs, but I'm pretty positive they're all in the 100K range. They're all a little over 100,000 subs and still growing. So, you guys tell me what you think in the comments. I'll respond to some stuff. And I don't know, I'm just trying to figure out a way that I can get more exposure on my page, because it's not about, like I said, it's not about do you make good content. I feel like I make good content. I don't feel like I make overly amazing content, because to me overly amazing content would be like all kinds of editing and things like that. And I'm not an editor. Like I base my content off entertainment value. I do, like when I do the news stuff, it's all for entertainment purposes. Because a lot of people say, Sinumatic, I don't even see this shit on the news, and I'm like, well, that's why I do it, because I have fun looking the shit up. I entertain people doing it, and I actually, with that, some people see shit they probably wouldn't have seen if they wouldn't have been on my page. But that's just what I'm looking at. I could do the most entertaining videos in the world. That does not mean they're going to go anywhere. So now the goal is to find out what I need to do to get myself in whatever, circle that, if nothing else, the circle that I belong in, which would be maybe some guys that are in the 10 to 20,000 sub range. I actually tried to do something like this a while back, and a couple of the guys that I was talking to or whatever, they kind of blew up, and now I'm not in their circle anymore. They unfollowed me on Twitter, they unsubscribed or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, so it's really funny to me the way the game works. But just realize, guys, when it comes to YouTube, it is a game, it is a business, and either I'm gonna have to figure out a good way to play the game, or I'm just going to end up sitting in the same situation that I'm in. I'm not gonna keep dragging this on though, guys. Hit me up in the comments, let me know your thoughts. I'm out. Peace.